friends. I hope you guys are having a great day. Happy Monday. So the internet and our host went out when I was halfway through this video, so I'm now at a new location and doing this live again. So today we're going to talk about how to identify if you struggle with self-worth. This is something that I struggled with a lot, and I didn't realize it at first. So like in the last few years, I've identified it and like started working on this. But before that, I struggled and I didn't really understand that it was struggle. I wasn't really aware of it. So I'd like to pop on here and give you 3 tips on what it might look like if you are struggling with self-worth. So number 1 is to think about when people give you a compliment. How do you take that? Okay. So do you accept it? Or do you play it down, like act like it's not actually like play down your compliment, actually act like what they're saying is not actually that big of a deal, kind of thing? Or do you, and this is what I did, you think that it's a lie? I used to do that. I used to think that it's a lie. And not that I suspect that people or think that people are lying to me often. I just like when people give me a compliment, I'm like, oh, they're lying. But it was just because my personal self-worth was so low that I thought when people were giving me compliments that it was not a truth. It's just my view of myself and somebody else's view of myself was very different, and it didn't align. But what I realized is I was lying to myself, right? I was lying to myself of my low self-worth when people don't have low self-worth, low worth. Everyone has worth, right? But what I was doing is I was lying to myself, and I was thinking somebody else was lying to me in that process. The second way to identify if you have low self-worth is when you do your best at something, do you play it down, right? Like, oh, it was nothing. Those kind of sayings. Like, and really, what are you saying when you're saying it was nothing? Like, we speak to our subconscious brain a lot in what we say. So when we're saying it was nothing, all my hard efforts were nothing, we're kind of telling ourselves that we are nothing. So also working hard on a drawing or something, and then saying that, oh yeah, it was just I just doodled. Like you're taking all of your efforts and kind of just like throwing them away and saying that they weren't worthy, right? Okay, number 3. So thinking of things or thinking of like great things that people can do, but thinking that you can't do them. Right? I used to get stuck in this a lot. Like when I'd hear somebody doing something awesome, I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I'm so happy that you can do it. I can't do it. Right? So it was I could see all the potential in other people and see their worth and their value and the great things that they could do. But then I was unable to see that truth for myself too. So basically seeing other people's strengths and seeing your own weakness. Okay. The third thing for identifying if you have low self-worth is looking for outside validation, and looking and waiting for others to tell you what you're doing and if it's good, or waiting for others to give you a compliment that makes you feel like you're good enough can be a recipe for very low self-worth, because people don't know what you're waiting for, and they don't know what kinds of things that you need to validate yourself on. So remembering that your worth comes from within and not other people, right? But when you put yourself in a situation where you're looking for other people to validate you, it kind of automatically puts you in a low self-worth position because people don't know what you need, right? And so if you're feeling like, hey, I identify with some of those things that you've said, I have a 28-day challenge. It's a value challenge of finding your value in the guide section of the Homesick to Happy group. And it's free. It's just in the guide section. I think it's the last guide. So you can go through that and check out all of the different ways that you can build your value and your self-worth. And if not interested, totally cool. It's fine. So, but I'd also like to let you know that if you're just realizing now that you're struggling with self-worth, that's okay. It's okay to be there. Like, it's actually good that you've realized it, because like for a long time I did not realize that struggle. And then the next step is to start investing in yourself. Start hanging out with people who are going to speak life over you, who are going to tell you all the good things, right? Um, and know that you're not just good enough. Okay? You are more than enough. You are equipped for every situation that you walk into. You have purpose and you have value. If you don't see that you have value or you don't feel it, that's okay. But you want to make sure to get around people who see your value and who will speak life over you and tell you all the things that they believe for you. Because when just starting out in your self-worth journey, sometimes we need to borrow other people's beliefs and other people's visions for how our life can turn out in the best way possible. And we need to borrow them and kind of maybe like stand underneath their umbrella of belief until we develop and open our own umbrella of belief in ourselves and our self-worth. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I look forward to chatting with you soon.